running.
And I'll say Evan.
That's good. You're 4, but I don't have to be.
It's a win.
And we won. It was amazing.
Oh, man, we got some streakers in the comments already. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fids Talk today on the Fids Talk Sports Network. I'm your host, Bobby Fids Talk, joined always by the one and only Fish Tank Hank.
Yo, what is going on, Bobby? Talk to me, my brother. You know, I don't wear any pants when I do this show. You know, that's a given. I mean,
You're halfway there.
yeah, I'm already halfway to streak land with everybody else, and there's going to be a lot of you streaking. So stay tuned, and we're going to let you know how.
Well, let me thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, or on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, join us here. Smash that like and subscribe button. We're 19 subscribers away from 500. Once we get over 500, we're doing our jersey giveaway for random selection there. But Ben, Evan, Cat for Life,
Jason,
who says he will go streaking.
that's
Evan
what I
says
said. Jason said he's going streaking.
Yes, Evan says he will become an American if the Dolphins win tonight. So a lot on the line besides playoff implications if the Dolphins win. Let's get into it. It is game day. Fish Tank and I usually do this a day before, but today's the day
Yes,
of.
sir.
So we're excited. We're
Day
hyped.
of.
He's a little under the
What's
weather.
up,
I'm a
Cap?
little cold. What's up, Cap? Ender, good to see you. Ender says 9-5. Would love to see it.
Ender.
So let's get in it. Say 9-5. The Dolphins are 8-5 after dropping 2 in a row, once to the 49ers and another to the Chargers. Hank, there's been a lot of talk. You know, we're going to get into it. The blame game. Is this a slump right now for Miami? But we had discussed it. But Anthony, good to see you. Ralphie boy, everyone,
Ralphie.
thank you all for tuning in. So we had a lot to talk about. This is going to be, we knew this was going to be a tough game. We've discussed this all year, you and I. We knew this Buffalo game in Buffalo was going to be hard. We knew this was going to be the test.
That's right.
Not only Coach McDaniel in his rookie year, especially now with dropping 0-2, but
Exactly.
for Tua, who it's a cold weather game. There's snow. What happened last year in Tennessee. I was there live in that game where it wasn't snowing. It was raining ice, and it was a bad game. So it's going to be a big test. So it's not going to be easy. Right now, Miami's down 0-2 in this stretch. We knew this stretch was going to be hard.
I got some Bubba Punch crumble going right now, Cap.
Let me ask you this, Fish Tank. We knew this stretch was going to be hard. We talked about it. I said the San Francisco and the Buffalo game were the games I was worried about during this stretch. You had picked out the Chargers game. Looks like, Miami dropped to San Francisco. Then they dropped to the Chargers. Now we're at Buffalo. There's a slump going on, and it's not just a good game and they lose. They're stalling out. Dude, what the hell is going on with the Dolphins?
Hey, it's not the Dolphins. what the thing is, it's not the Dolphins, and that's what everybody thinks. They went against the number one defense,
Fair.
right? And they got their butts kicked. They went. Tom Brady and the gang couldn't get it done. Now could they? Against the same team, right? Okay.
Brock Purdy. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just saying.
I got you.
You know,
I hear you.
It's not a Miami thing. Those were two hard teams. And Justin Herbert had all his wide receivers back. So, of course, he's going to light up the scoreboard when he has that. I mean, Miami needed a score. They didn't score in that game. And that was my biggest concern. Could they keep up with Justin Herbert? And they couldn't. They couldn't. But it was on all levels, all playing levels that Miami ditched out and didn't get the game done. You're talking coaching, offense, defense, special teams. The whole lot of them sucked it up. And sometimes that happens. But we're not here to discuss that so much. What we're here to discuss is what the heck is going on. And I'd say what the heck is going on is Miami has been playing tough teams. These aren't simple, just mow over teams. And, you know, they haven't put a complete game together all season. And like I said, if they didn't do that through this 3 weeks, I knew they were going to have problems. And I was worried about the Chargers game. But I still thought they'd pull it off. And it wasn't even, you know, we weren't even in that game, really.
What's up, Hammer Time?
So that's disappointing. Hammer Time, what's up? So that's really disappointing, you know. And the other part of this is, you know, coaching. Coaching is just killing me right now. It's too vanilla. You know,
As
change
Evan
it up.
would say, Evan just put in the comments, Mike McDrip needs to throw out the flow playbook.
Yeah.
He says it's too similar to what Brian Flores was doing on offense. So it goes right with what you're saying. So finish what you got to say about coaching, sir.
Yeah, I mean, coaching has sucked. It's all been vanilla on both sides of the ball. Everybody's able to predict what Miami's doing. They bring that full blitz, the zero blitz now, and everybody's ready for it. They just dump it off, and there you go. And they get huge plays. So it's something has to change in the play calling, and that's offense and defense. Offense, I mean, we're going to talk about some of those things a little later, so I don't want to dig too deep into that. But no, I just think they're in a slump because they're playing hard teams, and this is going to not be a pushover game again. You know, there's going to be another hard game coming our way.
Well, let me just say this, just to start this off for Dolphin fans, because, you know, I caught the bandwagon. You know, I was able to catch the bandwagon as much as I could on Tuesday night. I was at a hockey game. I saw the Nashville Predators take on the Oilers, which was a damn good, fun game. The first game, I took my kids there, and it was enjoyment. But I said, I have to see what the heck is going on with the bandwagon, you know, because Evan was going. You know, Evan was not in a bandwagon-y mood the day before on post game, so I wondered how Fish Tank was going to calm him down. So it didn't seem very bandwagon-y minus Fish Tank. But let's make it a little. Let's do some good news very quick. Thank you, Ralph. Yes, I had to take this out of my closet. It's nice and cold today. And I said,
right.
well, I'm doing my Dolphin show. Got my jacket out. But let's do the good news. First off, the Dolphins right now, despite losing 2 straight. Yes, Fish Tank.
I took mine out of the closet.
That's
70 degrees here.
You know, I will disconnect this show right now. You keep talking about 70 degrees. Anyway, so what I'll say is, look, the good news for Dolphin fans, and I know right now it's tough to swallow this pill with dropping 0-2, especially when we know how good this football team can be. Here's the good news. Here's the good news. Dolphins have a 78% chance to make the playoffs. 78% to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If they win, obviously, tonight, that they're golden. Now, if they lose, that drops a little bit. But guess what? Here's the thing. Doesn't drop that bad, okay? It's still in Miami's favor. Miami still has to go against Green Bay and Christmas Day. That will be a tough game. That's Aaron Rodgers. But Miami could win that football game in Miami with their weather, and that defense is starting to trend up. You know, the defense, we're going to get into the blame game, and I'll talk about that in a second. I don't want to go forward with that. But you got the Jets, you got the Patriots. It is a tough stretch any given Sunday. But, guys, It's not over yet. It's not the end of the world. We knew this was going to be a tough stretch. I just want people to know that. We knew it, okay?
Yeah,
And it has been. Yes, is there things that are noticeable that we go, damn, Miami hasn't scored past 17 points the last 2 games? That is not right. And that wasn't cold weather. That was in California, okay? Number 1 defense and the number 26 defense. They haven't scored over 17 points. Those are issues. But here's the kicker. 8-5, 78% chance to make the playoffs. I know a lot of people, and Hank will go off on me later. There's a lot of people going the other way for tonight. But it's not the end of the world, folks. And guess what? I know people are hammering on McDaniel. The issue with McDaniel, and we're going to get into that, to me, is the adjustments. And Evan's been calling that for a little while now. I know Evan now is talking about the playbook, but it's not being able to adjust in games to what the defense is offering. So I don't want to get into that. Let me just stick with the good news. 78% chance, 8-5. We're still okay. Even if it's 8-6, it's going to be a tougher pill to swallow if that's the case. But we're still 8-6, and we still have a favorable matchup, several favorable matchups down the line. So, Dolphin fans, stay positive. Now, that was my bandwagon crap. Let's throw it out the window. I'll leave that for Tuesday nights. Let's get back to our show, Fitz Talk today. Blame game, Fish Tank. You like that? You like it?
Bobby trying to be positive.
That's right. Steve, what's up, brother? All right.
Bobby's I know you're going to bring down the hammer later in the game, but go ahead.
I'm bringing you on. Hey, I'm bringing you up just to take you down. No,
you're just going to slam it later. So I'm like, go ahead.
You know what's coming.
Have your glory now.
We have fun on Finstock today. All right. Blame game. Man, Fish Tank,
What's up, Steve?
After the game, during the game first. During the game of the Chargers versus the Dolphins, I saw a lot of blame going right away to – what's up, Dolphineer? He has it 21-14. We'll get into predictions later for Miami. But I saw a lot of people already talk, fire Josh Boyer. Boyer is to blame. Defense, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of going, defense actually – what? And then after the game, it was blame McDaniel, which was game calls and it's not on the players, it's on the coach, and not enough runs, and he's failing as a coach, even though he's a rookie. Then it was Tua, Tua's had his worst game. Tua's this, Tua's that, and I could see justification from all sides in regards of those arguments.
Absolutely.
I know you said it's not Miami, it's the teams. But if you had to put the blame, and maybe you already kind of went this direction, but it's okay if you want to just hammer it down. Who's to blame for the Dolphins' slump right now? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of blame game. But if you said, man, it's not this, it's this guy. Who is it?
I told you already who it was. In this show, I told you who it was.
That's what I'm saying. So you said, first you said it was
the teams, across the board.
Okay.
It's across the board. It's everybody. It's the whole lot of them. They're not playing. They aren't playing complete games. They aren't making it happen in any way. The coaches aren't changing plays enough. I mean, everybody's moving up to the line. Again, they're guarding the box, waiting for you to try to run the ball. And instead of dumping to the running back out of the backfield, we hand the ball off. Well, guess what? They're going to tackle him in the backfield, folks. It's going to continue to happen. So until they start changing the plays and what they're doing, start doing some screens and a few other things when the linebackers are dropping back, do something, anything.
What's up, Bleezy?
I mean,
Madre.
I'm no coach, but for crying out loud, everybody can see what they're doing. Do something different.
And that's the thing. Like, you could go McDaniel. You could say, hey, it's Mike McDaniel, which, yeah, he's the head coach. He will shoulder the blame. He will shoulder the blame, not adjusting play calls that don't make sense. Look, a lot of people talk about the running game. We're going to talk about this, the running game. We have to run the ball more. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We should.
Yep.
You're damn right, more than 8 times.
Yes.
It's going to be tough against the Buffalo Bills. We're going to get into that part. But just say, we got to run the ball more. We have to adjust. Yes. But there are play calls, especially at the beginning of that game, where like
The
I
missus
agree with
is in
you.
the house.
Who's in the house? Oh, the Madre's in the house. My mother, Tammy from Miami. And so the missus is still sleeping. That's the Puerto Rican lifestyle. Boricua. Anyway.
I think your mom was a missus before your wife.
She was a missus. Now
Thank
she
you.
just keeps the name. But anyway, she's I'm having too much fun today. Okay, so back to what I'm saying. You know, you're not wrong. I think you're absolutely right. It goes across the board. I know how people are picking the blame, going it this way, to a McDaniel, Boyer, Greer, which, you know, that falls on it. But it is across the board because guess what? McDaniel has to call better plays, et cetera, et cetera. But when he does, and there's plays that were open,
yeah,
players are not executing. The Dolphins are not executing
they're
on
not
these
getting
plays.
it done.
Offense. There's a lot of people say, "Oh, well, a lot of guys dropped the ball." Well, Tua missed a lot of throws. Oh, a lot of running backs are missing holes when they do have the opportunity. It's a whole team effort. It truly is. I know Justin on post game was saying, because we went over every player, me and Evan and Justin, and then we got to a discussion, and Justin was like, "It's every player, the whole team struggled." That's absolutely true. But so did the quarterback, and it's an all-team effort. They all need to step up. Now, this is going to be a tough game. The Buffalo Bills, who were kind of like this not too long ago, now they're going up. They're playing hardcore. We knew they were a Super Bowl contender. We beat them already, but this is a different football team than we faced earlier in the year, Fish Tank. So
yes, sir.
I'm with you. It's a whole. If you got to blame anybody, it's the entire team. But what better way to respond than winning tonight? That would be such a big win for the Dolphins if it could happen in the snow.
You mean
with
if
the
it could
struggles.
happen? You mean when it happens?
When it happens for Fish Tank. So, what's up,
right,
John? Good to see you, man. He says, we got exposed the last 2 weeks. Has Tua cemented himself as our quarterback of the future? John, first off, man, I want to thank you for tuning in, brother. Fins up. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the question.
Fins up, everybody.
Love answering questions and having fun with everyone tuning in.
Jason's
So like
right, too, though. Jason said you need to pick high percentage plays, get Tua in a rhythm. He's right. Because Tua is dangerous.
Well, look what Herbert did last week. Look what Herbert did. He was dinking and dunking. And that's something where it's like, look, I know we got Tyreek who's playing lights out, and Waddle's having struggles, but we still have Waddle who's playing damn well. It's obvious you're going to want to try to air it out, and you want to try to make those big plays. But guess what? You have to dink and dunk. If you give it a Tyreek 5 yards out, he could go for 70 yards. Remember that pass? I'm trying to remember now what game it was. But it was Tua to Jalen Waddle, and it was just 10 yards, and Jalen Waddle ran all the way. Those are high percentage successful plays, yards after the catch. Get it done. You don't have to go for the big plays. It's going to have to be this game. Yeah. This game in the snow is not going to be easy. You're going to have to – it's going to be a traditional football ground and
show up.
Yeah. So let's see where we're at here. Let me just get to John's question very quick. We've got exposed the last 2 weeks. Has Tua cemented himself? Look, man, he cemented himself as the quarterback for this season. He has shown that he could be successful. Look, man, at the beginning of the year, Fish Tank and I had a lot of discussions about expectations. My expectation on Tua was, first off, he could make himself the franchise quarterback for sure when you have Tyreek and Jalen and McDaniel and with that type of offense. And he had to be consistent and show growth. And guess what? Up to now, these last 2 weeks, which we kind of see flash of old Tua, if I say, he has shown growth. He has shown maturity. He has shown he could be the franchise quarterback for the Dolphins in a system that works. People say he's a system quarterback. Who gives a crap? He could be a system quarterback. He's been successful so far this year, 8-5. If he could make up for it and he shows out for this game or Green Bay the following game and wins a playoff game, that discussion will be pushed. The franchise quarterback conversation, like for the years after, that's going to be waited till the offseason. Miami has to answer that because Miami's showing they don't like to commit. He has shown enough to show that he can be, but that has to wait to the year because I know, it's always about what have you done for me lately. The last 2 weeks, he struggled, but the whole team has struggled. But this season, he has done what he needed to do to prove he could be a quarterback in the NFL. He's done a damn good job. So that's just me. But we'll wait till the offseason. Fish Tank and I talk. We don't take any breaks on Fin's Talk today. We go all. We are. There's no off season. We may take a day off, but we don't take weeks or nothing
Day
like
off.
that.
When's the last time you gave me a day off?
I don't know, Mr. Party Man, Mr. Party Man. But I will say, me and Hank will talk about that all off season. Tune in and subscribe about what could happen with Miami. We appreciate you, John. Man, Fish Tank. I just talked about how the Dolphins have a 78% chance to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Even though they lost 2 in a row.
Yep.
If they win, that's obviously better.
When they win.
If they lose, it drops significantly, but not enough where Dolphins could still get in, easily. They're still in the hunt there, and they're still in the.
As long as they don't lose out, they should pretty much get in.
That's correct. If something happens tonight, in your opinion? Is this, in your opinion, a must-win football game tonight? Has it got to that point?
It's a must-win football game if the Miami Dolphins want to go to the Super Bowl. It's that simple. If Miami Dolphins want to go to the Super Bowl, they need to win this game tonight or they won't go. I don't care where they get in. It doesn't matter. But if they can't win tonight, I don't see them going to the Super Bowl because they have to be able to beat teams that are built like Buffalo. And I don't care about weather and all this other crap. They've all played in weather. They know what the difference is. Not like there's any of them that haven't seen snow before. It's not like none of them have played in the rain before. I mean, they've all played in cold temperatures. So I'm just saying, yeah, it affects the ball and people trying to hang on to it, et cetera, but Miami, if they want to go to the Super Bowl, I believe this is a must-win game for that reason. Now, is it a must-win game to get into the playoffs? No, we're not there yet. So I actually had 2 answers for you, Bobby. I didn't just have one. And
that's good. Hey, I love it.
That's what I believe. I truly believe that. I truly believe that this game, I knew throughout the season they had to win this game. This is the pivotal game, and now it's actually come down to even more than what it should have been because of losing games that we shouldn't have.
Yeah. And yes, guys, I mean, I understand where Hank is coming from. I will say is that, even if Miami loses tonight and they get in the playoffs, anything could happen. Miami's shown it. It's just then you're in a worse spot. If you're the last seed, you're going to have to go against Buffalo again, or you're going to have to eventually go against the Chiefs, and those are going to be tough matches. But if you get a favorable position, you go against the Tennessee Titans in the wild card, or the Bengals, which, I mean, I prefer the Titans in Nashville because then I could go, but that is a favorable matchup for Miami because Miami has stopped the run, and Derrick Henry is a beast, and he's having a damn good year. But I believe Miami at Tennessee in the wild or at Miami would be a better matchup than Miami versus Buffalo in wild card or Miami versus the Chiefs in the wild card. Anyway, let me just say this to Mr. Posner about positive.
Thank you, Ralph.
Brother, if you watch the last few weeks of FinSoft Sports post game and today and bandwagon, there's no one more positive than me and Fish Tank. You've been off the positivity bandwagon for just a couple weeks, Evan. So get chill pill. Evan. Yeah,
what did I tell you about paying attention to Evan? Don't pay any attention to him.
He's on DEFCON 9. He's on the bandwagon. No, brother. No.
Hey, I just want to tell everybody out there, I'm a little raspy, and when I'm just laugh, you can hear it. I got a pneumonia shot, so I don't know what the heck, but that was like 2 days ago, and I'm starting to get sick. So excuse me as I horse laugh and everything else.
We're going to talk about the run. Let me do Cap for Life here. Cap for Life says defense is going to bail the offense's ass out once again. Bradley Chubb was not on the team before. We are ranked 22nd in defense and 4th in division. The Dolphins are the 20th defense in the NFL, 20th best defense. The excuses are running thin after that. So let's talk about. We're going to get into the team rankings in just a second, but there's supposed snow in the forecast. We know that was a topic of conversation in the offseason about Tua in the cold. It's it's been talk all week. Tua says it snows in Alabama, but just like it snows in Tennessee, it's not that type of snow. We've seen what happened with the Dolphins in the snow all week, and in the week prior to San Francisco, Miami was talking. Dolphin fans were talking about Dolphins need to run the ball more. Fish tank let's make sure here. A lot of fans share the opinion that the Dolphins have to run against Buffalo. You've had a big opinion on Twitter with that. Buffalo is one of the best teams. Here's the problem with this notion about Dolphins need to run the ball to win this football game. Buffalo is one of the best teams at stopping the run. They are 4th in the NFL. The Dolphins are one of the worst offenses rushing the ball. They're 29th in the league. The last 2 weeks in nice weather, the Dolphins, and this is in California, folks, the Dolphins have rushed for 92 yards. This was against the Niners. They rushed for a total of 92 yards. That was Raheem Mostert as the leading rusher at 37 yards and 11 carries. Oh, excuse me. That was against the Chargers. The week prior against the 49ers, and the Chargers were 23rd at stopping the run. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
The week prior, the 49ers, who are number 1 at stopping the run, the Dolphins finished with only 33 yards. Wilson led the team with 30 yards, Mostert with 3.
Yeah.
Fish tank, I got to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Do you actually believe the Dolphins can find success tonight running the football against Buffalo?
I'm not worried about them finding success running the football against Buffalo. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I've said it on Twitter, and I'll say it here. If you don't start dinking and dunking to bring those linebackers in, first of all, you want to stop letting them all hang out back there. Bring them in. I'm not worried about – everybody's worried about the receivers getting bumped. You know what I mean? Timing off, they're getting bumped. Okay, so great. When they see them come up close and they know they're going to get bumped, take a second, click, okay, boom, now throw it. We have to do dink and dunk passes over the line. If you don't, you're not going to get the running back out of that backfield against Buffalo in the freaking snow. It's probably not going to happen. 29th ranked running offense against the number 3 running defense.
Yeah.
I understand people always say run. Well, you got to run. I understand run. I understand that. Yeah, you can run a couple plays. You're going to have to try to run it because you could break loose and go all the way in the snow. So you have to try to run it a little bit, Bobby. But being realistic, is Miami really going to run the ball against Buffalo? Probably not, folks. Probably not. So stop telling me run.
Let me just say very quick, Jason, I agree with Evan, who's host of the Fins Bandwagon and co-host of Post Game Show. I agree with him. Do you think we should start Fisher over Armstead? No, I think we should start them both. And I know Brandon Shell's done a great job at right, or he's done a very good job at right tackle so far. But I would put Fisher at right tackle. He's a veteran. I think that was a good signing. It's a depth signing, which is necessary. But I will say is that I would start both of them. But right now, the offensive line, right now, offensive line, the starters are Armstead, Jones, Williams, Hunt, and Shell. But Fisher, I would start. But that's just me. I will leave it to the coaching staff. Let's make sure I have it here. Okay. Well, you've talked about this. We talked about this, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's talk about keys to the game, Fish Tank.
All right.
It's going to be a tough day. You've kind of said already what you think Miami should do. But if Miami were to win tonight, or if you wanted to secure a Miami Dolphins victory, what are the 3 keys to victory for the Dolphins tonight?
Well, before I give you 3 keys, I just want to tell you a few things that I believe is going to happen tonight. And one of them is I think our defense is going to show up, and they're going to show up big. I think they're going to get 1 or 2 turnovers in this game, to be honest with you. So this isn't going to be a all on the offense game.
Love it, Bleasy.
But hopefully the defense won't be stuck out there all night again. So with that said, The keys to this game is containing the quarterback and not letting him run on us. Every running quarterback that's been out there has ran on us and ran big. You've got to contain the quarterback, numero uno. Number two, Miami has to come out as a complete team across the board. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but I believe the defense is going to be big for us in this game, and they're going to make the changes we need to be able to overcome the Buffalo Bills. I also believe that Mike McDaniels is going to dink and dunk it. So the next part of it is, of course, the quarterback, Tua. Tua can't have another bad game like he's had the past 2 games. He can't have another one like that. He's got to do much better. I don't care if his timing's not off. I don't care if his timing's on. I don't care. He's got to do better. So you have Tua has to get going early. You have to contain the quarterback, and Josh Allen is not easy to contain. And what was my first one? You don't even remember, do you? The defense has to come through. The defense has to come through the whole.
You don't even remember. I'm not even here. No, I think they're all great. I mean, you've been on a roll, to be honest with you, the last few weeks, despite, wrong in predictions. I think everything else you've been pretty good on. Bleezy says,
my predictions are probably going to be wrong a lot because I go from the Miami Dolphins. I see what they can do to win these games. They just haven't done it. And that's what tips me off.
No, absolutely, 100%. And I will say this. Hank and I disagree a lot on predictions. We always have our little fun here and there. But I always wish Hank was right, because if he was right, the Dolphins would be undefeated 2 years going so far. They'd be undefeated. Bleezy, I got to read Bleezy. Bleezy has the 3 keys. Bleezy's 3 keys to victory: spread the ball around, don't force to Tyreek. McDaniel's game management has to be better. And then Tua.
Yes.
I will say this for Tua in regards of this game for everybody. Look, anything could happen, but if we're expecting Tua to have a big game or prolific game, it's not going to happen tonight. Let's not put that expectation. Just don't cost us the game. Don't make mistakes. That's it. He doesn't have to have 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. If it's in cold weather in the snow, it's not going to be like that. I believe, Steve, Hank, dink and dunk, use that advantage. I think they're playing all white. That's going to be, that's a McDaniel smart thing to do. Have them play it all white in the snow. So that's going to be a running short pass type of game, because it's going to be hard for Buffalo to keep track of them, I think, in that situation. Stop listening to Evan. Evan in predictions on post game after that, and it might have been just emotion, but he was like 100% Buffalo's going to win the game. He said 100% Miami's not going to beat Buffalo. That was post game, at the end of post game, Fish Tank. And then, of course, on bandwagon, he said it's a tie. So he's kind of flip flopping there. He's trying to be a flip flopper.
I don't flip flop.
Flip flop worth the. I will light a cigar the day I see Fish Tank go, Bobby, I had him winning, but I'm going to have them lose. I'm going to go, whoa, hold on a second. Hell has frozen over. But that's not Fish Tank, folks. So just giving you a warning, though. I mean, like I would say, I would hope Fish Tank's right. That's always how it rolls. But let's get to the sticky.
Yep.
Fish Tank.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Who wins and what's the score?
Hey, it's simple.
Is it? Is it simple?
Let me tell you something. Like I said, the defense is going to score, is going to get the ball a couple times, and that's going to change this game. And I believe Miami's going to take it with a couple field goals also. It's going to be 27-21. The Miami Dolphins are going to win up in Buffalo. Mark it.
I would love it. I would love that. 27-21. That would be a fun damn game for if the weather is the way they predict it. It'd be entertaining, and it beats Buffalo, a Super Bowl contender, who Buffalo is the second best offense in the NFL, the ninth best defense. The Dolphins are the seventh best offense. They are dropping. And they are the 20th best defense in the NFL. Steve has it 23-10 Buffalo. He has the Bills winning. 27-17 Hammer Time. Hammer Time, who's winning, brother? I'm assuming you say Miami. Put your predictions in the comments, guys. Who do you think pulls it out?
Who do you think's going to win? What's the score going to be?
So let me go ahead and just say first that I love the Miami Dolphins.
I hope I'm right too, Steve.
Yes. I just want to say first that I love the Dolphins with all my heart. Here comes Downer Bobby. Here he comes. I just want to specify. Let's love the Miami Dolphins.
Talking about Miami. Just throw it out there. Quit kissing up.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, love Miami my whole life. Grew up in Miami, diehard Dolphins fan. But when I'm doing this, I call myself. What is it, Fish Tank? What do I call myself?
Hey, no matter what you do, if you kiss a butthole, it's still gonna smell like a butthole. Just put it out
there. Damn, Fish Tank. Jason has it Miami 23-20. Oh, that would be a damn good game. Hammer Time has it 27-17 Dolphins. I have it
27-21 is gonna be the score, folks.
Yeah, hey. I think the defensive matchup. I think it's gonna be a field goal matchup. I think Jason Sanders is gonna come into play. I hope he doesn't piss off Evan. But in my scenario, he does. I have Miami losing 19-16 tonight to the Buffalo Bills in a very, very defensive matchup. I have it 19-16 Buffalo over the Dolphins.
It's all right to be wrong, though, Bobby.
I know you know well how to be wrong, and that's
Hey,
okay.
let me just point out.
I hope I'm wrong.
What's the Dolphins' record? 8-5.
8-5.
Yeah, I'm 8-5.
You're 8-5?
Yeah.
What am I?
Yeah.
I'm all right, 8-5. Isn't it the same thing?
I thought I was going to be 13-4 at the end of the season.
I know, and I said 10-7, and it's getting pretty damn close, isn't it?
Wait a minute, you changed it though.
No, I said this team is. I go, they could get to 12-5, but I did say 10-7. Did I not? I did.
Sworn you changed it.
I said,
do you want to change that one week?
I said
and
get
you said,
12-5. Still said 10-7.
And then the next week came up, and you
got
said,
on me.
Well, I might want to change that.
I'm right. I'm right. But I hope I'm wrong. Because 12-5 is still possible, and so is 10-7.
Yo, I'm throwing the red flag, and we're going to check the tape.
You can check the tape. 12-5 is still possible, and 10-7 is definitely still possible. But I hope it's not 10-7 because that would suck. But I'd still be right. But anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Jason has a 23-20. Cap for Life has a 21-16. Love it, Cap. For Miami.
12-5. Wow.
I'm just sticking to 12-5. He's 12-5 on the season, he's saying. So he's to have Miami winning out, which would be great. Yeah, we hope. Of course we do. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Fins Talk today on the Fins Talk Sports Network. Smash that like and subscribe button. Remember, we're doing the 500 subscribers giveaway. We're almost there. I will say 2 o'clock Eastern, we got Digging in the Trenches. Justin might not be able to make it. JPF Scout might not be able to make it today. If not, then I will be with Doc, Reggie Brown, talking Dolphins. And, of course, later today at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock Eastern is the return of Huddle Up and Wait with Brett Lagassi and Dave Stager. And, of course, tonight, the Miami Dolphins, NFL Network, NFL Plus, if you got that application, play the Buffalo Bills in a division game. The Dolphins already have beaten the Bills. They look to sweep the Bills. And God help us, Fish Tank is right, and the Dolphins sweep Buffalo, and they go 9-5 against Green Bay Packers on Christmas Day and give us a good Christmas present with a victory against the Packers. Till then, guys, Fish Tank, any final words?
Yeah, just ignore Evan. That's it. Just ignore Evan, everybody.
He's a very negative person right now.
Very negative Nelly over here.
I'm saying, what the hell's wrong with Evan?
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Without you folks, there is no us. And thank you very much for tuning in. Fins up, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, guys. Like, subscribe, and as always, as Fish Tank says, fins up.